if I told you reading in English is the fastest way to boost your fluency? Would you believe me? In this video, I'm going to explain why reading in English is one of the most powerful tools to boost your fluency, how it rewires your brain for better language learning, and what you should read depending on your level and goals, and how you can make it a habit starting today. Let's be honest, most English learners focus on speaking and listening, and that makes sense. That's how we communicate in daily life. But what if I told you that reading is the foundation that makes everything else easier? Reading in English gives you the chance to slow the language down. You can take your time, notice patterns, and understand how English really works in context. You're not just memorizing a list of words or grammar rules, you're seeing them in action. It's like watching how native speakers think, how they structure their ideas, make transitions, express emotions, and even joke or persuade. That kind of exposure makes a huge difference over time. So, what are we actually activating in the brain when we read in English? A lot more than you think. First, there's visual recognition. Your brain connects the written form of a word to its meaning. Then there's contextual understanding. You learn how words behave in real life situations with tone, nuance. You're also developing memory because repeated exposure helps vocabulary stick. And above all, you train your brain to make predictions. You start guessing unfamiliar words based on context. That's what fluent speakers do automatically. This means you're not just improving your reading, you're also getting better at listening, speaking, and writing because your brain is learning how English functions as a system. Now let's talk about what you should read, because this is where most learners get stuck. Don't worry, you don't need to read Shakespeare to improve your English. In fact, you shouldn't, unless you really love it. Read what actually interests you. That's the golden rule. News articles and blogs. If you're at an intermediate level, short articles and blog posts are perfect. They're manageable, current, and full of useful vocabulary. News websites and blogs can expose you to natural expressions and real-world language. Business books or industry news. If you're learning English for work, dive into business books, newsletters, or articles in your industry. This gives you the vocabulary you need at work, while also training your brain to follow more complex arguments. It's especially useful for meetings, presentations, or writing emails in English. Novels and short stories. If you're more advanced or you love storytelling, novels and short stories are an amazing way to connect emotionally with the language. You'll learn idioms, grammar structures, and even cultural references without needing to study them. If full-length novels feel too long, you can start with short stories. Book you already know in English. One great trick is to reread a book you already love, but in English. Because you already know the story, your brain can focus on language instead of getting lost in the plot. This works especially well for series like Harry Potter or The Little Prince. At Live English, we believe in the power of reading so much that we started the Live English Book Club, and the response has been incredible. Every month, we read a chapter or section from a carefully selected book, then meet as a group on Zoom to discuss it. In English, of course. Our teacher guides the conversation, and students not only get to practice their speaking, but also build confidence, vocabulary, and deeper understanding. What's beautiful about the Live English Book Club is that it creates a community around reading. turns a solitary activity into something social. And our students tell us it's one of the most motivating parts of their learning experience. If you want to learn more about the Live English Book Club, check the link in the description to see when the next book club opens its doors. If you're not sure where to find good reading materials, we've made it easy. At Live English, we've created the Study Box, a collection of hundreds of articles covering different levels and interests. Business, travel, health, technology, or just everyday English. You'll find something that matches your goals and your level. And every article includes vocabulary support and discussion questions. It's perfect if you want to reflect on what you've read or even talk about it in your next lesson. So, if you're still thinking, okay, but reading isn't speaking, how is it going to help me talk better? Here's our answer. When you read consistently, you start thinking in English. You internalize sentence structures, useful phrases, and even pronunciation if you read aloud. It's like filling up a mental toolbox. When it's time to speak, you're not translating from your language. You're drawing from all that natural input you've absorbed. That's how fluent speakers work. Reading also boosts your confidence. You've seen the words before. You know how they're used. So, how to make reading a daily habit? Even if you're really busy, start small. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. Pick content that excites you. You are more likely to stick with it. Use digital tools to help you translate and save words. Keep a journal. Write down expressions or new words and try to use them later. Read aloud. It's wonderful to practice pronunciation and intonation. Join a community. Like the Live English Book Club, accountability and shared goals make it easier to stay motivated. Reading isn't just about understanding English. It's about living it. It opens the door to better conversations, better job opportunities, and a deeper connection with the language. So tell me in the comments, what are you reading in English right now? Or what would you like to read? If you want to explore the book club or the study box, check out the link below and join the Live English community. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new tip to boost your English fluency. Until next time, happy reading!